factually inaccurate.
Morally correct. This is Babylon Bee Radio. Our top story. The city of Atlanta is entering its second week of violent, fiery riots that have been organized and executed by just an idea. The riots were triggered when an activist was innocently murdered by thug cops after simply trying to kill them with his deadly ID gun.
A simple, unorganized belief system just marched through and broke all the windows of our neighborhood. Then, the philosophical theory began throwing bricks at our police force in a very strategic, tactical fashion.
The Atlanta police announced the arrest of a few members of nothing more than a series of tenants who had somehow entered the state from Maine, Arizona, Tennessee, and as far away as Washington with the goal of simply being part of an idea. In response to the burning, looting, arrests, and destruction brought on by a simple ideological thesis, CNN has committed to 24/7 coverage of the Oscars. At airtime, Just an Idea had destroyed the entire country from the inside out. In a move celebrated by casual viewers but criticized by longtime fans of C.S. Lewis's children's book series The Chronicles of Narnia, Netflix has released marketing materials confirming that The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe will feature the first ever black-white witch.
We wanted a more sympathetic approach to the famously white villain, and believe us, you are going to love the changes in store for each of Lewis's most beloved characters, which reflect the world we live in today. We hope that sassy black girls everywhere will be able to see themselves in this powerful, sympathetic, and feminist take on a misunderstood character.
Details have also emerged confirming that Aslan would be reimagined as an atheist, Mixed Tumnus would explore his new identity as an oppressed trans faun, and Susan Pevensey will be in a queer polyamorous relationship with several Narnian misfits. While much of the chatter around the production has centered around whether Netflix would make Narnia, quote, the new Game of Thrones, few anticipated the development of a race-reversed witch presented as a misunderstood anti-hero. Filmmaker Ryan Johnson voiced his support.
It's all about subversion, baby. Just look at my groundbreaking movie that reinvented Star Wars, The Last Jedi.
Jedi Master Yoda, living in self-imposed exile, proudly announced to his first visitor in decades that his pronouns are him, he. According to Imperial intelligence reports, Yoda pretended to be a random weirdo while he observed Rebellion Commander Luke Skywalker and tested his progressive thought before fully exposing himself as a Jedi Master.
Oh, Yoda. You seek Yoda. Take it to him, I will. Him, he, his pronouns are.
You know Yoda?
Skywalker demanded, suddenly much more appreciative of the small creature who had just moments ago smacked his astromech droid with a stick for misgendering him. Skywalker's patience quickly wore thin after accompanying Yoda to his hut, where he enjoyed seeing the leader of Rogue Squadron try to fit inside his small dwelling.
Vegan stew I make for you. Eat, eat!
I don't even know what I'm doing here. We're wasting our time.
Full of bigotry is like his father. Yoda I am. Him, he, my pronouns are. Yet you have not told me yours. Train you, I cannot.
No, I'm ready to be a Jedi. Ben, tell him. My pronouns are he, him. Really?
Reluctantly, Yoda began training Luke Skywalker in the Jedi arts. The majority of his exercises reportedly involved diversity, equity, and inclusion classes. Jewish drag queen and 9/11 survivor Congressman George Santos is celebrating this week, having landed a lucrative endorsement deal with Whopper's Original Malted Milk Balls. I haven't been this excited since I escaped the FBI after being abducted by aliens and forced to dance in drag in Atlantis for the delight of a lost race of reptilian creatures. I'm a perfect fit for this American candy brand, which I invented, an even better fit than I was for Adidas when they endorsed me. Furious critics are still calling for Santos to resign in spite of his impressive resume, which includes fighting in the Alamo, bartending on the Titanic, and having an uncle who works at Nintendo. Others, like Congressman Matt Gaetz, have dismissed the criticisms as transphobic and anti-Semitic.
Democrats are just afraid of such a beautiful young Jewish lady who has accomplished so much already in her life. She even told me she was president during the Reagan years. Impressive. I wonder if she's single. Oh wait, it's a he? Shucks.
Already, Santos is proving to be an excellent spokesperson for Whoppers, having promised the classic candy will solve all your problems and even cure cancer. These little malted milk balls kept me alive for 40 days in the desert after my helicopter was shot down in Iraq. Anyone who eats these will gain otherworldly powers. Try them today. Santos has since been fired by the brand after it was discovered he doesn't really have an uncle who works at Nintendo. The Biden administration is facing pressure from labor activists following a report by the Labor Department that record-high unemployment has hit the talking candies sector. Many are saying this is due to Mars Incorporated firing their M&M's spokes candies and hiring Maya Rudolph instead. President Biden said in a statement,
"The facts are clear, folks. Talking candies have hit a rough patch, but we expect them to rebound quickly. Lost jobs is a sign that our economy is moving in the right direction. and then more jobs will materialize somehow. End of fabricated statement. Walk off stage.
Experts warn that unless Mars Incorporated changes course, once beloved M&Ms will find themselves homeless.
I am literally a giant red M&M. What else am I supposed to do? Unemployment doesn't last forever. Green is already out on the street turning tricks.
According to sources, Yellow passed away shortly after losing his job and attempting to eat himself. He was 30. According to sources, former House Speaker Nancy Pelosi recently recruited several Catholic priests to exorcise her home of evil spirits, and as a result, has joined the Republican Party.
How could I have been so blind to the blessed truths of the Republican Party? After the priest spent over 14 hours casting hundreds of demons, balrogs, and other entities from my home, I looked up to the heavens as though scales had fallen from my eyes and immediately converted to republicanism. Praise be to Reagan!
Even though Speaker Pelosi's previously unquenchable thirst for the blood of infants slain through abortion has abated, eyewitnesses say the Speaker's experience was harrowing. Pelosi has recovered and is in her right mind, fully clothed and speaking coherently to former Democratic allies who had staged an intervention to reaffirm her commitment to abortion.
Chuck, abortion is murder. I'm Catholic, for goodness sake. And so are you, Joe.
At airtime, Pelosi had been seen going door to door to voters whose taxes she had stolen, making restitution with all that she had and praising God for delivering her from the dark spirits of leftism. A local ranch has decided to go green, exchanging their massive herd of beef cows for a herd of more environmentally friendly and delicious crickets. Several witnesses were on the scene as they took their crickets out to graze in a nearby field. Ranch hand Tommy Two Shirts.
Yep, we reckoned it was time to do our part for Mother Earth and our old partner Bill Gates and get rid of them there methane-spitting cows for good. I was a real good cowboy with wrangling crickets. That ain't easy, I'll tell you what.
The ranch currently has 15 cowboys on staff, most of which stayed on after the change to become professional cricket boys. Insiders report it has been a challenge as crickets aren't easy to lasso, and most horses don't have good cricket sense to know how to behave around a swarm of prime crickets.
We look forward to all of America gratefully adopting their delicious new bug diet,
said Snart Cligville, the owner of the ranch and an executive at BlackRock.
Get along, little land shrimps. Yeehaw!
At airtime, the ranch confirmed they had retained a private stash of prime Angus beef for Bill Gates' old burger diet. Babylon Bee Radio features officially curated content from the Babylon Bee. Scripted, voiced, and produced by Austin Robertson. Additional voices in this episode from Bettina, Jarrett, Kristen, Travis, and Sam. Don't miss an episode. Subscribe to Bee Radio wherever you get your podcasts.